Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this explosive breakdown of one of the most shocking moments in daytime television history: Gwen Stefani walking off the Kelly Clarkson Show during a heated argument. It all started on a seemingly ordinary episode where Gwen was invited as a guest to promote her latest album and discuss her life post No Doubt reunion. Kelly, ever the enthusiastic host, kicked things off with her signature warmth, complimenting Gwen on her timeless style and enduring career. But as the conversation delved deeper, tensions began to simmer beneath the surface. Kelly, known for her candidness, brought up the topic of relationships in the spotlight, subtly referencing Gwen's marriage to Blake Shelton, who happens to be Kelly's close friend and former colleague on The Voice. Gwen smiled at first, sharing light-hearted anecdotes about their farm life and blended family. However, Kelly pressed on, asking pointed questions about how Gwen felt about Blake's past collaborations with other female artists, including some rumored flings that had made tabloid headlines years ago. Gwen's demeanor shifted slightly, her responses becoming shorter and more guarded. The audience could sense the unease, but no one anticipated the storm that was brewing. Kelly, perhaps trying to keep the energy high, joked about how she herself had navigated divorce and heartbreak, drawing parallels to Gwen's own experiences. This seemed to strike a nerve, as Gwen interjected, saying that personal matters like that shouldn't be fodder for public amusement. Kelly laughed it off, but Gwen didn't. The exchange escalated when Kelly mentioned a specific incident from The Voice where Blake had praised Kelly's coaching style over Gwen's in a playful banter clip that had gone viral. Gwen accused Kelly of stirring up old rivalries for ratings, her voice rising as she defended her position. The studio fell silent for a moment, the cameras capturing every nuanced expression. Kelly tried to de-escalate, apologizing if she had overstepped, but Gwen wasn't having it. She stood up abruptly, removing her microphone pack, and declared that she wouldn't sit there and be disrespected. The live audience gasped as Gwen stormed off the set, leaving Kelly stunned and scrambling to fill the awkward airtime with a commercial break. Backstage reports later revealed that producers rushed to calm the situation, but Gwen was already in her dressing room, fuming. This incident sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, with fans taking sides on social media. Some praised Gwen for standing her ground, while others criticized her for overreacting. Kelly, in a post-show statement, expressed regret and admiration for Gwen, but the damage was done. As we dive deeper into the backstory, it's essential to understand the history between these two powerhouse women. Both have roots in the music industry, with Gwen rising to fame in the 90s with No Doubt ska punk vibes and Kelly bursting onto the scene as the first American Idol winner in 2002. Their paths crossed frequently on The Voice, where Kelly joined as a coach in 2018, the same year Gwen returned for her third stint. Blake Shelton, the common link, had been dating Gwen since 2015 after his divorce from Miranda Lambert, and Kelly had been a supportive friend through it all. But whispers of jealousy had always lingered, especially after Kelly's own divorce from Brandon Blackstock in 2020, which mirrored some of Blake's experiences. Insiders claimed that Gwen felt Kelly was too chummy with Blake, often sharing inside jokes and duets that made Gwen uncomfortable. This underlying tension boiled over on the show. Eyewitness accounts from the audience described the atmosphere as electric, with some fans cheering Gwen's exit as a boss move. The clip of the argument quickly went viral, amassing millions of views within hours. Celebrities weighed in, from Ariana Grande tweeting support for female solidarity to Sharon Osbourne calling it typical talk show drama. But what really happened behind the scenes? Sources close to the production say that the argument wasn't entirely spontaneous. Producers had encouraged Kelly to ask provocative questions to boost engagement. Gwen, however, felt ambushed, especially since she had requested certain topics be off-limits. Her team later issued a statement saying she values authenticity but won't tolerate manipulation. Kelly's response was more conciliatory, posting on Instagram about loving Gwen and hoping to make amends. This event highlights the pressures of live TV, where personalities clash under the glare of lights and expectations. As the story unfolded, media outlets dissected every frame, analyzing body language and lip-reading the muffled exchanges. Psychologists even chimed in, suggesting it was a classic case of miscommunication amplified by fame. Fans started petitions for a reconciliation episode, while others boycotted the show in solidarity with Gwen. The ripple effects extended to their music careers, with Gwen's album sales spiking from the publicity and Kelly's ratings holding steady despite the controversy. In the end, this walk-off became a cultural touchstone, reminding us that even icons have breaking points. But wait, there's more to unpack. Let's explore the immediate aftermath and how both stars navigated the fallout. In the chaotic hours following Gwen Stefani's dramatic exit from the Kelly Clarkson Show, the entertainment industry was abuzz with speculation and reactions. Social media platforms exploded with hashtags like #GwenWalksOff and #KellyVsGwen trending worldwide. Fans of Gwen, loyal since her No Doubt days, flooded comments sections defending her, calling Kelly insensitive for dredging up personal history. Conversely, Kelly's supporters argued that it was just light-hearted banter gone wrong, pointing to her history of genuine, heartfelt interviews. Behind the scenes, Gwen reportedly called Blake Shelton immediately after leaving the set, venting her frustration while he tried to calm her down from their Oklahoma ranch. Blake, caught in the middle, publicly stayed neutral but privately urged both women to talk it out. Kelly, meanwhile, wrapped up the episode with grace, addressing the audience directly about respecting boundaries and learning from mistakes. The show's producers issued an official apology, stating that they never intended to cause distress and valued both artists' contributions to music. As news spread, major outlets like TMZ and E! News dispatched reporters to get exclusives, with paparazzi camping outside Gwen's Los Angeles home. Gwen emerged the next day looking composed, heading to a yoga session, but her silence spoke volumes. Kelly, on the other hand, used her platform to extend an olive branch, dedicating a segment on her next episode to female empowerment and admitting her role in the escalation. Celebrity friends rallied around them. Pink tweeted about the need for women to lift each other up, while Adam Levine, former voice coach, joked that show drama was nothing new. But the real intrigue lay in the rumored pre-show discussions. Insiders revealed that Gwen had been hesitant about appearing, citing past tensions, but agreed for promotional reasons. Kelly's team allegedly prepared questions based on fan curiosities, including the Blake dynamic, without realizing how raw it still was for Gwen. The argument itself centered on a comment Kelly made about Blake preferring Kelly's cover of a No Doubt song over Gwen's original, meant as a compliment but landing as shade. Gwen fired back, accusing Kelly of undermining her legacy, leading to the mic drop moment. Video analysis by experts showed micro-expressions of hurt on both faces, humanizing the celebrities. The incident sparked broader conversations about mental health in Hollywood, with advocates praising Gwen for setting boundaries. Sales of Gwen's merchandise surged, and her tour tickets sold out in cities where the story resonated. Kelly's show saw a temporary dip in viewership but rebounded with a special episode featuring mental health experts. Legal teams got involved briefly, ensuring no defamation suits arose, as both parties wanted to move on. Public relations gurus advised image repair. Gwen leaned into her rock star persona with edgy social posts, while Kelly emphasized vulnerability in interviews. The fallout extended to their families. Gwen's kids reportedly asked about the drama, prompting her to explain standing up for oneself. Blake, in a rare interview, called it a misunderstanding between two strong women he admires. As days turned to weeks, reconciliation rumors swirled when Kelly sent Gwen a bouquet with a note saying, "Sisters in song, always." Gwen responded positively on her podcast, hinting at forgiveness. This event underscored the fragility of on-air chemistry and the power of authenticity. Critics debated if it was staged for ratings, but eyewitnesses confirmed its genuineness. The video script of the argument became meme fodder, with edits set to dramatic music. In retrospect, it boosted both careers, proving controversy sells. But at what cost? The emotional toll on Gwen was evident in her subsequent lyrics, subtly referencing betrayal. Kelly reflected on her hosting style, vowing to be more mindful. This chapter in pop culture history reminds us that behind the glamour, stars are human too, prone to heated moments that captivate the world. Now, let's delve into the long-term implications for their friendship and the industry at large. As the dust settled from Gwen Stefani's walk-off on the Kelly Clarkson Show, the long-term ramifications began to unfold in fascinating ways. Both women, icons in their own right, faced scrutiny over how they handled the aftermath, with PR strategies kicking into high gear. Gwen, embracing her punk roots, channeled the energy into her music, releasing a surprise single titled Boundary Lines that many interpreted as a subtle nod to the incident. Lyrics about standing tall against shade resonated with fans, propelling it to the top of charts. Kelly, true to her resilient spirit, addressed the elephant in the room on her show, inviting guests to discuss conflict resolution and turning a negative into a teachable moment. Their shared connection through Blake Shelton added layers. He hosted a low-key dinner to facilitate peace, sources say, where apologies were exchanged over homemade chili. The media frenzy continued, with talk shows like The View dissecting the power dynamics between female celebrities. Experts weighed in on gender biases, noting how women are often pitted against each other while men escape similar drama. Gwen's team capitalized on the buzz, announcing a documentary about her life, including unfiltered moments like this. Kelly's ratings stabilized, and she even won an award for Outstanding Talk Show Host, crediting the experience for her growth. Fan communities split into camps, but a unified movement emerged advocating for kindness in entertainment. Social media algorithms amplified the story, with AI-generated deepfakes circulating false reconciliations. Both stars denounced these, highlighting the dangers of misinformation. In interviews, Gwen opened up about feeling vulnerable on live TV, admitting past insecurities from her divorce amplified her reaction. Kelly echoed this, sharing how her own battles with body image and relationships made her empathetic. The incident inspired merchandise like walk-off warrior tees for Gwen and talk it out mugs for Kelly. Industry insiders predicted cross-promotions, perhaps a duet to bury the hatchet. Blake joked in a podcast that he'd mediate any future spats with Country Wisdom. The broader impact touched The Voice alumni, who shared stories of on-set rivalries. NBC executives reviewed guest protocols to prevent similar blow-ups. Gwen's fashion line saw a boost, with edgy designs reflecting her empowered stance. Kelly launched a charity initiative for women's mental health, donating proceeds from show merch. As months passed, the argument faded from headlines, but its legacy lingered in pop culture references. Comedians parodied it on SNL, with impressions capturing the tension hilariously. Music critics noted shifts in their styles, Gwen's edgier, Kelly's more introspective. Family dynamics evolved too. Gwen's bond with her children strengthened through open talks, while Kelly leaned on her siblings. This event humanized them, boosting relatability and fan loyalty. Ultimately, it proved that even heated arguments can lead to personal growth and stronger connections. Reflecting on this full story, it's clear this was more than a walk-off. It was a catalyst for change in how we view celebrity interactions. Diving deeper into the nuances of the Gwen Stefani and Kelly Clarkson Showdown, we uncovered the intricate web of emotions and histories that fueled the fire. Gwen, with her decades-long career marked by reinvention from ska queen to pop diva, has always projected strength, but vulnerabilities lurk beneath. Her marriage to Blake, a country superstar, brought joy but also scrutiny, especially given his friendship with Kelly. Kelly, the relatable everywoman who rose from obscurity to stardom, thrives on honest conversations, sometimes blurring lines between host and confidant. The argument ignited when Kelly's question about Blake's affections veered too personal, touching on insecurities Gwen rarely airs publicly. Witnesses described Gwen's face flushing, her hands gesturing emphatically as she countered Kelly's points. Kelly, surprised, tried humor, but it backfired, escalating to raised voices. The walk-off was swift. Gwen unclipped her lavalier mic, muttered "I'm done," and exited stage left amid stunned silence. Production halted briefly, with Kelly ad-libbing to camera about unexpected turns. Post-incident, therapy sessions were reportedly sought by both, emphasizing self-care in high-pressure environments. The story's virality led to think pieces on feminism, with some viewing Gwen's exit as empowerment, others as petulance. Kelly's apology tour included magazine features where she owned her misstep, fostering dialogue and accountability. Gwen, in a Vogue interview, discussed boundaries, inspiring women worldwide. Their music reflected the turmoil. Gwen's tracks gained raw edge. Kelly's ballads deepened emotionally. Blake's role as peacemaker endeared him further to fans, his songs hinting at unity. The incident spurred industry reforms, like sensitivity training for hosts. Fan art proliferated, depicting the duo as warriors or sisters. Legal non-disclosures ensured privacy, but leaks painted a picture of mutual respect regained. This full story reveals not just conflict, but resolution and growth, a testament to resilience in the spotlight. Exploring the cultural ripple effects of Gwen Stefani's bold exit from Kelly Clarkson's stage, we see how one moment reshaped narratives around female solidarity in entertainment. Podcasts dissected the psychology, labeling it a clash of alphas in a male-dominated field. Gwen's fanbase, dubbed Hollaback Girls, mobilized with supportive campaigns, while Kelly's piece-by-piece army advocated understanding. Crossovers occurred when artists like Taylor Swift commented on similar experiences, fostering unity. The video's replay value skyrocketed, with breakdowns analyzing tone and timing. Merchandise boomed. Gwen's line featured "No Doubt About Boundaries" slogans. Kelly's promoted stronger conversations. Blake's concerts became neutral grounds, fans chanting for peace. Media ethics came under fire, questioning provocative interviewing. Both women emerged stronger, Gwen touring with renewed vigor, Kelly innovating her show format. Family support was key. Gwen's kids crafted art about bravery. Kelly's children learned empathy. This saga, from spark to embers, illustrates trauma's dual edge, destructive yet transformative. In hindsight, it fortified their legacies, proving authenticity trumps perfection. Concluding our in-depth look at the Gwen Stefani-Kelly Clarkson altercation, we reflect on lessons learned and paths forward. The walk-off, though jarring, sparked vital discussions on respect and communication. Gwen's post-incident projects flourished, blending vulnerability with artistry. Kelly's platform grew, emphasizing inclusivity. Their eventual joint appearance at a charity gala symbolized healing, toasting to growth amid cheers. Industry-wide, protocols evolved to safeguard guests. Fans evolved too, prioritizing compassion over division. This full story, rich with human elements, reminds us that even stars navigate conflicts, emerging wiser. As the curtain falls on this chapter, anticipation builds for future collaborations, turning rivalry into harmony.